It costs to be the boss. And if you are one, you'll do or pay whatever it takes. It's your host with the most, Mr. Meyer with the fire, here to share ideas and take the collective vibration higher. My sole intention is to reconcile all paradox with love and truth. I love you. Mars Day with mark number 31. Special video today, guys. We've got a lot to cover, and I'm going to hit you with the important bullet points as quickly and as meaningfully as possible. So if you enjoy this video at any point, I encourage you to please leave a like and a comment. It helps me out tremendously. I want to shout you guys out first and foremost and give a big thank you because I just got monetized. We just got monetized. This platform is awesome. I've been on YouTube for many, many years, and we just hit that milestone. So I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for all the love and support and taking time to watch these videos, because this just opens up the door to do a whole lot more of what we're already doing. So I'm excited. New year, new blessings, new things are happening, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. So this is the astrology breakdown for the week of January 9 to January 16. And that's Tuesday to Tuesday. I'm going to walk you through the astrology and show you the major highlights, okay? So if you were curious, if you wanted to see it, this is the chart as I'm filming at the moment, local geography, so you don't have to worry about the houses or the clock face, just the planets and the aspects if you were concerned. And then 1 week from now on the 16th, this is what the chart is going to look like. And there are some changes. I'm going to cover the major ones, okay? So the first thing that we should really make note of is that the sun is in Capricorn. So the sun is 19 degrees of Capricorn, meaning we're at the 19th day of Capricorn season, meaning we have 11 more days. So at the end of the week, we'll be at 26 Capricorn. We have almost two more full weeks of Cap, but we're going to enjoy it while it lasts. What this means, essentially, guys, is it's about being about your business. It's about organization. It's about long-term goals. Capricorn is the sign of status or reputation. So this is something to keep in mind. How are you perceived? Your opinion of yourself should matter more than anybody else's, but it's very important that we keep in mind how we influence others, because we are the world. While you probably should be the most important thing in your life and number one priority, I'm just trying to say, gang, we make the world. It's about us. So that's the thing about Capricorn season is, can you align your energy with a more meaningful goal? I know resolution time around New Year's is pretty prominent in the world. Great to set targets and objectives. And I can't emphasize this enough. If you don't like to be a part of the hype, do it now, because we're about to have a new moon this week. Beyond the new moon, Capricorn is all about ambition and goals. And if you don't have a target, you won't shoot. So clarity is really important. I think for some, the most important question to ask when it comes to the Capricorn sun is, what's my outcome? What do I actually want? Why? What am I shooting for? What's the target? If you don't ask these questions, you won't find the answer. And you might just spin your wheels or be frustrated. So let's not do that. Capricorn is the most resourceful sign, arguably, maybe other than Virgo. I would say Capricorn is probably the most resourceful sign, but they go hand in hand, neck and neck, I guess. So Capricorn asks us when the sun is here, what are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your energy? What are you doing with your resources? And keep in mind, people are the most valuable resource. You may think of your skills or your objects or your money, but no, people in our relationships matter so much. You ever heard that phrase? It's not what you know, it's who you know. That's really important. So I see Capricorn as the climb, because once again, this is the GOAT. So this talks about what mountain are you pursuing and where are you going and how are you going to get there? What are you willing to sacrifice? And this should evoke some fear. If you don't sacrifice for your dreams will be the sacrifice. Okay? But I will encourage you to see the road as beautiful and assume that it could be easy. Assume that it will be easy. Assume that it'll be great. But make those meaningful sacrifices. Act like your life matters. Act like you give a damn. You don't have to be so serious that you're not happy or you don't have fun, but do take your life fucking serious. This is a game, after all. So if you're not playing to win, you're a fucking bot. Straight up, you know? So wake up, Mr. West. No sleeping. You can sleep all Pisces season, but not now. Not right now, man. We need the momentum from our ambitions to push ourselves towards our true desires when it comes to Pisces, so we can let off the gas, but not now. So the most important thing to know about the sun this week, and in general, before I talk about this week, is that the sun represents the vital force and how we live our lives. We would be dead without the sun. So by aligning ourself with the constellation behind the sun from Earth's perspective, we can find ourselves more vibrant, more alive, happier, healthier, more fulfilled. You will actually see miracles happen in your life if you tune into the sun's energy. So know that. And pay attention to Capricorn. Be the boss and do whatever it takes. You got to pay the cost. Sometimes you got to take a loss. But you know, big B's. When I be pulling up at the Bentley, I'm going to tell you guys, I told you so. Okay? I told you so. So the cool thing about this week when it comes to the sun aspects and how we're getting this new energy is the sun is making a trine to Uranus the whole week. Okay? So today it's actually a perfect trine where the sun is at 19, Uranus is at 19 Taurus. So that's a 120-degree angle. And the gift right here is innovation. The gift right here is change and independence. Sitting in your own space and flipping around the frame till you can make things make more sense. So this is about upgrading your character and choosing to model leadership with action. Oh yeah. Thinking more highly of yourself, raising your standards of yourself will turn your shoulds into musts, and then you'll find yourself automatically doing the things that you need to do just because you see yourself as that person. Real shit. Real shit. And then also, this talks about creative solutions and innovation coming quite naturally. And because of our curiosity and our need for progress, finding progress and advancement quite easily just because it's fun and exciting. So be excited to move forward, and by setting goals and putting things on paper or in your phone, you're actually going to be able to tune into this energy naturally. This talks about center yourself within your being, sun energy, and then you'll be able to find the direction that the future is calling you, which is Uranus. So that's cool. You'll get this all week, so take advantage. And another thing you want to pay attention to, I talked about this before Capricorn started, is that the sun and Pluto are now in the same sign. So the sun is applying to Pluto. And that means pressure is building because we're transforming. We are transforming. The people are transforming. Beautiful stuff. So pay attention to your psychology. Pay attention to the way you think, the way that you perceive, and what you believe, what you assume. How do you operate? You know, we're gonna get self-psychoanalytical and self-referential around this bitch, okay? And ask yourself, where's your power? And are you giving power away? Are you claiming your power? Are you using your power? Let me make one more statement before I talk about the moon. Capricorn season asks us to be intentional with all of our resources. Are you being intentional with everything in the realm of your control? Because if you were, you would probably manifest the results you wanted. So consider perhaps if you aren't manifesting the results you want, maybe you are not fully intentional with everything in the realm of your control. Okay? Good place to start. Make a change. Don't complain. And then life will bless you. You're not guaranteed success. But if you never fail, if you take that out of the equation, you'll go a lot further and do a lot more than you considered possible for yourself previously. All right? So when you don't get what you want, immediately change your approach. And if you don't get it then, change your approach. And if you don't get it then, guess what? Change your fucking approach. But the moral of the story, now it's moon time, you have to raise your standards. For yourself to grow, you have to ask more of yourself today than you did yesterday and realize you're only competing against you. Do that every day. All right? So let's talk about the moon. Today, the moon is in Sag. Next week, it's going to be in Aries. And with the sun in Capricorn, that's going to say that right now we're waning. We'll hit the new moon this week, and then we'll be waxing, okay? So on Thursday, 1/11, very magical day, we're going to have the new moon in Capricorn very early, about 6 a.m. CST. So you can look at your local time and Google it. You'll figure out exactly that minute. And if you want to spell work and time your ritual to it, by all means, go hard, man. You already know who you're talking to, what I'm about to do. But new moon in Capricorn on Thursday is a new lunar cycle, which talks about planting a seed in the universe of ambition and legacy. I would rather say legacy. That sounds more powerful, but truly is both. All the Capricorn energy is going to be initiated in our lives on a new level. And there's a lot of ways to look at the new moon, but the important thing is that this once again talks about the need for goals. Like if you aren't taking time to imagine what you want to possess, what mountain you want to sit on top of, or where you want to be as the result of your time and effort, you're missing the point. You're missing out on this powerful energy. You don't have to do anything on a new moon, guys, trust me. But I'm just trying to say, if you want to go with the flow, go with the current, you'll get a lot of leverage just by playing divine rhythm, okay? So when it comes to new moon time, just pay attention to what the fuck you want. We're in a cycle of release right now with the waning moon. We're letting go. If you look at the moon in the sky, every day it's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller until Thursday. You won't even see it because it's the new moon. And then following that, it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger. So while the moon is empty, while it's dark, this is the time where you sit in your own space and you vibrate in the frequency of your desires fulfilled. I could paint a million pictures, but that's the simple and profound way to do it as well, is to creatively visualize. Think about what you want. You can even write it down. Think about what it would feel like to have that. When it talks about the moon, this is our feelings and inner self. So vibrating as if it already has happened is the most important part, okay? And I will say, when it comes to the new moon, the important things to note about the aspects is that these are the energies that are being brought into the new cycle. And the first one is the sun and moon conjunct to Pluto. And some people would debate me. I don't give a damn. Even though there's a 9-degree orb, I will say that the sun and moon and Pluto are making a conjunction. So I'm going to show you the new moon chart really quick as well. And conjunctions are one of the most powerful aspects. So that's really where we start with this one, okay? This is our new moon in Capricorn come Thursday. So you can see the sun and the moon in the first house of this chart. And then you got 9 degrees to Pluto. And what does this mean, man? This is a new perspective of your soul, new perspective of yourself. Or you could talk about your power if you're not that spiritual, soulful, or woo-woo. Evolution in real time, transforming your character, putting death to your old self, being reborn. Straight up. Because within 2 weeks from this new moon, the sun will cross over Pluto, and this will look like death to your ego and a rebirth of the ego as well. So in that time, this week leading up to Thursday, and then like I said, that conjunction with Sun Pluto, we're going to take this time to let our character be flexible. Let the parts of yourself, your character liabilities, your weaknesses, your inefficiencies, let them be put to death. Discipline is really what I'm seeing, is to organize your life in a way that makes more sense, that's more conducive to your long-term goals, to eliminate actions, beliefs, thought patterns that hold you back from your true potential. On some level, this is going to be about confronting your fears directly and choosing to take the power back from your fear. Or you may see people who are unaware of this cycle beginning losing power to fear, which I don't like to say, but at the same time, I'm just trying to show you there's spectrums of possibilities every time we talk about a placement. And my intention is to show you the higher possibilities so you can leverage that. But at the same time, guys, this is just saying that there's wide open space to connect with your soul. And if you would like to ignore the shadows, they may consume you later, because same way when you hide shit in your closet or just stuff things into that room, at some point when it's so full, you might open this shit and just have everything fall out on top of you. You know, if you sweep things under the carpet every single day, you're liable to trip on the shit under the carpet. You get me? So you can't avoid the shadow work. You can't avoid connecting with your unconscious. You could try to, but then the unconscious will manifest something in your life. You'll call it fate or the universe, and then woe is you. It was yourself the whole time. So no, woe is you. But pay attention to your actions. Pay attention to yourself. And I would really encourage y'all on this new moon to spend some time by yourself, even if just briefly. Like I said, I can't tell you what to do for ritual or magic or what to manifest, what's going to make you fulfilled, but I would encourage you, spend some time with you so you get to really see beyond the scenes and understand your energy and develop more clairvoyance. This would be a great day to do a meditation, for real. So another thing about this new moon is the moon and the sun, the new moon conjunction, is square the north and the south node. So this is one of the most karmic new moons of the year, which really talks about putting a straight end to cycles and beginning another one simultaneously. But when it talks about karma, this means cause and effect or repercussions or responsibility. So when I'm talking about where is your power, where is your strength, I'm seeing a need for hard boundaries. I'm seeing a need for negotiation or clarification when it comes to relationships with oneself, people, partners, friends, associates. You got to make sure you don't interrupt your life and nothing else interrupts your life. Okay? Not even your own family with this one. So that's really important. And this also looks at really pay attention to where you've been and where you want to go and realize you're suspended directly in between those things. And right now, a change needs to be made, basically. Okay? Look at where you want to go. Don't look at where you've been. And I will just say with this new moon, having this configuration, I can't stress enough for you guys listening to me. I really appreciate you listening first and foremost, but so you understand how this affects you personally, you need to look at your natal chart and look at your north and south node and understand how those play out in your life. And on top of that, you should look for any planet making a square aspect to the north and south node, because this is going to be a high focus for us at this time. Okay? Because these represent obstacles in our collective evolution. So when you find that in your natal chart, that's going to be an obstacle in your personal evolution. So this has to be confronted. This has to be attacked head on. And unless we understand this as a tool for growth, it may pose itself as an interruption too. So that's not good. All right. But like I mentioned earlier, gang, we do have that trine from Uranus all week helping us out, helping us see the big picture and really innovate and strip the layers of perception down to their more base parts to see the truth. So it's great to collaborate with others to refine your ideas through discussion, but I'm seeing with this one, gang, that the space that we can hold by ourselves, our own sacred space, is priceless at this point, because this is going to help us see a higher perspective of truth for the universe. Okay? Pluto goes into Aquarius this month on the 21st of January, and it's going to be power to the people. But for that to happen, guys, we need to find the inner leader in ourselves. And we have to remember the power has been within you. The power is not just going to be handed to the people. The people have to rise up and grab it. Okay? Pluto in Aquarius really is a 20-year war on the mind. And if people don't wake the fuck up and realize that their actions and energy and intentions matter, humans are going to be slaves. Okay? Know that. So free yourself so you can free everybody else. It's power to your community. But this also talks about not being so fucking afraid of others or afraid of success to the point where you can't even be an honest person or give your true gifts or be a black sheep in the crowd. Because sometimes it's hard to stand in your own energy without support, without recognition, without validation, and be like, no, this is my true essence, and I recognize this needs to happen. I don't give a fuck how you guys feel. This is my truth, and I'm going to share it. Fuck how God feels about my truth. This is my fucking truth, and the world needs it. Okay? So bottle that up and drink that energy in. You get me? Very real. So on another note, this new moon cycle is about aiming high and really looking at what do you actually want. Some people are so afraid of success, they automatically go after their second choice as opposed to their first. So I really encourage you not to compromise, not to negotiate with yourself when it comes to your actual desires. As long as it harms nobody, do what the fuck you want to do. You get me? If it harms nobody, do what the fuck ever. Pretty awesome rule, right? But that also means have consideration for others. Pay attention how your energy affects other people. Take accountability for your energy, even if you make mistakes. That's really important. And I wanted to show you guys something else. Speaking of karma and the massive changes happening in evolution, we have Chiron making a conjunction with the North Node. And over the next month, these two placements are going to get closer and closer together. And what this literally means is healing in the collective. This is where we're destined to go. For that to happen, we have to increase our personal awareness so we can increase personal accountability. That's Chiron and Aries energy. Unless we do that, mistakes will be made. Okay? And this also talks about quit blaming motherfuckers for anything. Let yourself take the responsibility for your life so you can have power. That's how that plays out. Blame and credit are the same thing. So I'm tired of seeing people take one without the other. It doesn't make any damn sense. Think about it. So in addition to the moon, let's talk about Mercury. Mercury is how we think. Mercury is our thought processes, our mental life, our analysis and perception. And Mercury right now is at 27 degrees of Sagittarius, right there in yellow. And at 1 week from now, in 1 week, Mercury will be at 3 degrees of Capricorn. And we're still in the post-retrograde shadow phase. So Mercury is direct, but it's picking up the ground that it left off during the retrograde. And this just means we're getting back on track. Mercury in Sag is a wide angle lens. And this Mercury right now is making a square to Neptune. And that's the most important thing to note, is that Mercury square Neptune on top of Mercury in Sag is talking about having perspective in life that is so wide and so deep and so transcendental and rich that it might get in your way. It might interrupt you. There's a lot of ways this plays out. For some people lately, and I will say this will be an aspect for the whole week, just so you know, this week Mercury squared Neptune. For a lot of people, you're going to see your dreams getting more vivid. You might be seeing that you're daydreaming more as well, or getting more lost in music or sound or just your own imagination. For some people, this looks like a heightened sensitivity to every fucking thing in the world, being overstimulated, too sensitive, drowning in emotion. You know, for some people, this might look like exaggeration kind of happening, second nature, whether that's the way you communicate or even just the way that your feelings are being processed right now. That's something to think about. So the need for grounding is essential this week. I mean, it always is, but it's something to really look into is, do you feel the body that you're living in? Do you feel the ground beneath you? Do you feel the chair you're sitting in? Tune into that. Pay attention to that. And pay attention to your grounding cord, your crystal ball, all that. Work on the aura. And I'm thinking with this one, the mind is going to be more symbolic and picturesque. So just notice that when ideas are presented to you this week, you may see the higher implication of that knowledge and not the knowledge itself. So pay attention to the facts and the details and make a point to write down the meaningful ideas and make to-do lists and journal, so you organize your ideas based on application over theory, so you can actually do what you need to do, not get lost in the sauce with this one, man. But on top of that, I'm seeing that a lot of people are going to need to indulge in their artistic gifts this week, because that's Mercury Neptune, a need to transcend through the mind. So you're either going to need to create some art, draw, graphic design, make some music, interpretive dance. You know, you might need to feed some birds. I don't know what you need to do, but listen to your damn self, okay? But let me tell you guys, on Sunday, Mercury is going to make that ingress from Sag to Cap, and that's awesome. Because Capricorn Mercury is a powerful, structured, and disciplined mind. The perfect planning energy to make things make sense and to organize your ideas in a way that's going to be practical, logical, and great for your long-term success. And you'll notice that with Capricorn Mercury, you may feel a calling to improve your speech in general, so you can speak with conviction and speak with power and use your words as tools. And on top of that, even if that doesn't play out like that for you, I really encourage you listening to me right now to pay attention to your self-talk and monitor all your thoughts, because this energy will help you do this. Monitor your thoughts and choose selectively what you want to think, how you want to narrate your life, how you want to describe your life, because all these thoughts carry energy. And whether you realize it or not, the narration you choose or do not choose is dictating how your life unfolds, and you can control that. So pay attention. Very cool. Words are spells. Don't cast black magic on yourself, because you only have yourself to thank at that point. I want to talk about Venus real quick, and just note that Venus is how we love and value and relate. And she's in Sagittarius at 13 today. 1 week she'll be at 21. So we got a whole Venus Sagittarius week, and that's beautiful. It's really important to explore and indulge in adventure and have new experiences. And especially for those in love, my lovers listening to this right now, you're going to need to make a place for spirit in your relationship. And if you don't abide by spiritual principles with a partner, you may start losing touch at this time. So that's something to be making note of, is that for us to increase our intimacy, we have to be going in the same direction on some level. Okay? It doesn't have to play out like that in every scenario, but I'm trying to tell y'all, even 1% of a discrepancy in values will lead to a huge difference over a long-term trajectory. And this is how some people may kind of get into a relationship that's kind of good, kind of comfortable, isn't perfect, and it's not really what you want, but it's okay. And then you invest all this time, and then 3 years later, you don't even know each other. It's that 1% discrepancy, man. Are we aligned? Do we want to go in the same direction? What do you believe about life? Where do you think we go after we die? These are good. Really, the question when it comes to Venus instead is, why are we in the relationship? So you have to ask questions with a person to make sure that you have the same values or target. Oh, yeah. And for a lot of people, that means uncomfortable conversations, straight up. But I would much rather know that I'm in the red than be in the gray area, straight up, because the gray is dangerous. You don't even know if you're winning or failing. And some people are so afraid of failure, they'd rather be in the gray, but that's automatic failure. So fuck all that bullshit. Mercury Capricorn is going to help us organize a lot of our boundaries and expectations with people too. So that's cool. And we got Mars in Capricorn. So let me tell you guys about this. Venus is the feminine energy, what we need and receive. Mars is what we send out. It's our masculine, our assertions and desires and choices. And Capricorn Mars is the hardest placement in the world, guys, because this is like a kid in a candy store. Mars loves to be here. This is desire being filtered through discipline, but also built through resources. So this is laser focus. This is high energy. And this is extremely satisfying to be a part of the pursuit, whatever that is for you. So you'll find that you may be getting tunnel vision on your goals with this one. And it's getting really fun to participate in the game. And you may notice that your tolerance for the bullshit and the distractions with Mars and Capricorn is not very high. All that fuck shit's got to go, dude. We can't deal with this. If it's not bringing me forward, it's probably a distraction in some way, shape, or form. So that's the crazy thing about Mars and Capricorn, is that this energy is kind of cutthroat, and you're going to want to try not to dominate people in a means to get what you want. Treat other people the way you want to be treated, man. Remember that, because this can make anything that slows you down automatically way more frustrating. And without a concern or consideration for others, you may intuit opposition when it doesn't even fucking exist. And that's rough, dude. A lot of people with the Saturn and Aries energy experience this all the fucking time, where you have so much of a passion that's burning inside that you intuit anything outside of you as a potential threat because you don't trust yourself enough to be able to maintain what the fuck it is you want. And that's really scary, for real, because a lot of people with this energy are going to seek conflict in others unconsciously and wonder why people are so mean to them, but it's them that's got to stick up their ass. So with this one, you got to ask yourself, where's your negative energy being channeled? And are you embracing it? Are you hiding it? What are you doing with your negativity? For a lot of you guys listening to me, you're going to hate this, but I'm going to tell you straight up, you need to begin your fitness journey. If you haven't started it, you have to do something with that energy. And a powerful person should have a powerful body, and you can't argue with that. So take care of your damn self. And on top of this, Mars is making a trine to Jupiter this week. And what that's saying is that, there's this expansive and unbounded energy that's really pushing us towards our goals. And you're going to want to use this higher perspective as well to help you realize discipline as a form of self-love as opposed to an obligation or restriction. Straight up, guys. There's a lot to celebrate. I'm going to pull a few cards because I'm getting ready for a reading. I wanted to make this one short, sweet, and concise. Real nice. Thank you guys so much for all the love and the comments and the likes. Definitely leave a comment here if you're still watching. Imagine life being beautiful. Imagine the world being more beautiful for yourself and everybody else. And let the truth set you free, man. Your mind is your most powerful tool. So if you forget that and you neglect to program the environment, you may become a victim of your own mind or become programmed by the environment. And that's bullshit. So let's not do that. Stay organized. How can you be the leader of any organization if you are not organized? Make that shit make sense. I only attract very powerful people. So if you're still watching this video, I just want to say I'm pleased to change the world with you. Set your targets high, because a lot of people suffer severely by setting subpar targets and regret the fuck out of their life at the end of it when there's no time left. Like, damn, I should have asked for more. That won't be you. Okay. Real shit. I was going to say justice, peace, balance is coming. I'm seeing a lot of good things, and it's coming fucking quickly. It's going to look like a head-on collision for some with these damn horses. Knock on wood. All right. I love you guys. Link in the bio, markdavidmeyer.com for personal readings. I'm doing a discount for the rest of January, 20% off the one-on-one. So use code 2024 to save yourself that bread when you book. Same thing with Simplified Astrology. If you want to save on the astrology course, code is 2024. Love and appreciate you guys for the support. Happy new moon blessings. Happy Yuletide blessings if you are in the Northern Hemisphere, wintertime. I'll see you guys next time. Blessed be. Blessed we. Yes,